discretion is advised. Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Loveline, coast to coast.
Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Kelly Slater's joined us in the studio tonight, and
thank you.
Kelly walked in. At what time, Drew?
What's it now? 10 o'clock and 30 seconds? 10 o'clock and 15 seconds.
That's right. That's right. And hey, you know what?
Wait, are these the first words you've spoken tonight?
These are the first.
Yes.
You know, I just drove from Laguna.
Wow.
Some girl pulled out of a parking spot. I parked, walked straight in, sat down, and you started. I mean, timing's everything.
That's what makes you a six-time world champion surfer. It's that kind of timing. Yeah. Yeah, Drew, and you know me, I don't care. If you get here before the show starts, that's all I care about.
That's right.
You don't need to be here. You don't need to be here 15 minutes.
In fact, I believe you're envious because your goal every night is to walk in here as the music plays.
Yes, and I had to get here tragically early tonight at a whole 9:30.
That's right.
Anyway, Kelly is probably the biggest name in surfing, or at least the most familiar to me over the. I'm just laughing because Kelly got something to drink and then got a tub of something dropped off for him to sprinkle into it. Is that your coffee there, Kelly?
You know, I drink like 1 cup of coffee a year.
Here it is. Yeah. This will be the one.
You don't want this to be your
I slept about an hour last night, and I was almost falling asleep driving. So.
All right. What happened? What were you doing? Drugs?
No, I had a surf contest this morning, and
I was prepared for surf contest. I was sleeping 1 hour before.
No, I was potentially going to win $30,000 in a car today.
But you slept 1 hour.
No. The reason I slept 1 hour is because that was, like, I was so excited and in such anticipation of this morning.
And how'd you do?
That I had too much adrenaline going, and I did really poorly in my first heat this morning and lost right off the bat.
Is it all judging? I mean, how many guys judge? There's like 5 guys sitting on the beach?
4 or 5 guys judging.
And they're guys who have done what? Ex-surfers, guys who own surf shops, guys who write for Surfing Magazine?
Well, they all want to basically travel around the world and go surfing and get paid for it. And
the guys who judge?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Well, it's a pretty good gig.
Yeah, no, I'd like to get into it myself. And I think I could bring a fresh approach to judging, because I'd sit there with virgin eyes just going, that one dude, shorts are cool.
Yeah, I mean, there'd be a lot of controversy. It'd probably be good for the sport.
I could tell if a guy did well or not. I'd just judge it by, the size of the wave. And, I know the hanging 10 and that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm hip to the scene. I know those Beach Boy songs. Yeah. That's for goddamn sure.
Oh, you'd be perfect.
Yeah, why not?
Sounds like you got all the accolades.
Well, I mean, it's sort of subjective anyway, isn't it? I mean, you just look at someone and you go, that guy looks better or did better, right? How do they judge
totally subjective. Well, it's totally subjective. It's really hard to tell people how they judge surfing, because you get 1 through 10. The way our system is set up, it's 1 through 10 points, and you basically ride and go, oh, that looked like a 7.3 to me.
That's what you're saying.
That's what I could do. I give that guy 7 for that. Ooh, that guy was good. I give him a 9.
Yeah,
that's it.
So, yeah, I mean, I have a lot of ideas in ways we could change it, but they haven't been brought in yet. So.
Well, once in a while they attempt to do this. They'll try to do it with boxing, for instance, and then they end up getting that sort of Olympic thing where they start counting punches and stuff. And next thing you know, you got a guy throwing a bunch of jabs, not really being that effective, but yet tallying up points. And that becomes subjective at a certain point.
At a certain point, you have to look at a system and go, there's probably a reason it's working.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's okay the way it is, because there's sort of a consensus. The things they're arriving at make sense.
You can't, I mean, couldn't you just get done with each round instead of counting? Just go. It really looked to me like he kicked his.
He won it.
Yes. Yeah. That's the whole thing.
You have like a jury. More than judge, you have a jury.
See, I'm thinking in surfing that we could do a thing where you score like the degree of difficulty for a ride, and then maybe
Don't they factor that in? I mean,
they
the
sort of
moves and
do,
stuff?
but you don't know what part of the ride actually got that. Like some guy might take off and do 6 maneuvers that aren't very difficult.
Right.
They looked okay, and a lot of water went flying, but it wasn't a very difficult maneuver.
But Kelly's clearly bitter, by the way, after losing it.
Yeah.
He lost the Buick and 30 grand this morning. It's an hour's sleep, and he's pissed.
I'm super pissed. I mean, that
all right, well, let me ask
Australian
this.
guy.
How many waves... What if you catch more waves than the next guy?
You only count a certain number of waves.
So everybody gets counted on 5 waves, or 3 waves.
The way we're doing it now is mostly on 2 waves in a 30 or 35-minute heat.
So you should hang out and wait for a good wave instead of rushing and hopping on everything that comes up.
Yeah,
right?
see, this morning there were some really good waves coming through.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you? Lower Trestles, right south of San Clemente. Right. And I was watching these waves that were, 3, 4, 5 feet overhead coming in, wave after wave, and then my heat started, and I thought, I'm just going to be on the big ones. So I waited outside. The other guy got a few smaller ones, but they were pretty lined up and nice waves. And I sat there and watched. I basically waited for 35 minutes and didn't get anything. So I was a little angry when I got to shore.
Yeah, surfing to me, the ocean is one of the scarier things on the planet to me. I mean, whenever I watch one of those movies where the boats at night going through the big swells and the storms and everything, to me the worst thing that could ever happen to a human being is just falling off the back of a cruise ship at night and watching the light get more, fade as it went over the horizon. This is like the freakiest thing in the world to me. But just on a smaller scale. You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, but just being out in the ocean and being pounded by those huge waves just seems like a nightmare to me. I mean, I don't know enough about surfing. I know there's big wave riders. Do you do that?
Yeah.
That sounds, I would wear a helmet. Do you wear a helmet?
Big waves, you don't need a helmet.
Well,
you need a helmet in shallow waves.
Oh, really?
Everybody's going to be able to hold your breath.
Yeah, that's all you got to worry about.
Because big waves are in deep water?
Yeah, I mean, it's such deep water generally that they're coming in and kind of just cresting, just barely breaking.
How deep is the water usually out on those
it's so
big waves?
A really big wave, you're probably dealing with 30 feet of water. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's the biggest wave you think you've ever ridden?
Probably 40-foot face or something.
Oh, my God.
That's huge.
It is.
Well, considering some other guys have ridden, 60-foot, 70-foot waves.
Yeah, but they were high. You did this sober. You just
haven't established that yet.
All you have to do is
call in tonight.
If you stand under a 4-story building, just stand right up against a 4-story building and look up. Yeah.
When I do that, I even kind of freak out. Like, oh, that's heavy. But then when you're out there, you don't think about it. But
will you ever see a wave that's too big? Like where you go, no, this is too big. I'm not riding.
I've seen waves where
you're not ready.
Yeah, 2 Christmases ago, I was out surfing in Hawaii, and it was just huge and perfect. The best conditions I've probably ever seen for big waves. And there was this one spot I was watching, and I was just thinking in the back of my head, I don't want to go and surf over there. And the guy I was with, like, we're over there. And I'm like, well, I'll ride the ski and pull you in. I don't really feel like surfing that. It's just sometimes you know your limit or what you're comfortable with, and other times you get in situations that you didn't think you could handle, and you come out laughing. So.
Yeah, but then sometimes you come out dead and possibly still laughing.
You don't remember those.
I'm unclear on that, but that just it seems like one of the. There's a handful of sports where there's a handful of sports that we make a little too much of, and then there's a handful that we don't make enough of. And big wave riding should be made a little more of. That is super, super hairy stuff, and the ones these guys are riding now. It looks like they look like computer-generated waves.
Yeah.
It looks like it's a Gatorade commercial or something where they just took a picture and put it in front of the guy.
They did that Powerade commercial. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I did.
It was
that wasn't real.
No, that was not real.
No, that was. I know, but even
he mysteriously disappears for 15 seconds in a 40-foot whitewater and comes flying out.
I mean, you were yelling fake, right? Like when Drew watches ER. He yells fake all the time.
Actually, it was a friend of mine, and the wave the first part of the wave they show was this really famous wipeout in the surfing circles, and he almost died.
Right.
But
But that was a friend of yours.
Yeah, and then they sort of computer animated it in with some other wave, and they made it look like you made it.
So there must be, there's probably a bunch of surfers that die every year, right? Or at least end up in a wheelchair.
No, not a bunch. There's a bunch of swimmers, from like Middle America who die every year.
But not real surfers?
No, it's like one every year or 2 or 3,
Right, like not that many pros.
I think the last time I was in here, I talked about this. A couple of my really good friends have drowned, like 3 in about 2.5 years. And one of them was a friend named Todd Chester who came on the show with me back years ago, and Dr. Drew was here.
Was that on a big wave, or?
Yeah, he was paddling out, and it broke outside of him, and there was about 10 waves, probably 50-foot phase or something.
Right after another.
After another 10 waves in a row. So.
And waves never look bigger than when you're in the water and just your head is sticking up. I mean, it's like...
waves never look bigger when you lose your board and you're in the middle of the ocean.
Oh.
When you're like a mile from shore and then the waves break in front of you. So.
No, listen, I used to just body surf, but I could remember that feeling of a huge wave forming way out there at Zuma or someplace, or Malibu or something, and it's a freaky feeling. It's like it's a weird thing, which is in other forms of life, you're used to running away from whatever it is that's scaring you. Like if you saw a bear 100 yards in front of you, you'd start going the other way. But with waves, you got to swim at them, and you kind of got to hope your timing is right. I mean, you can't swim away from them. So isn't this kind of a weird thing that goes against human nature, which is swimming at the thing that you think is going to...
No, you know what?
I'm getting short of breath.
All right, I'm freaking out.
I've paddled the other way. I've paddled toward shore before because I knew it was going to break where I was going to get to if I paddled outward. But let's hear some other problems people have.
All right. Brandon?
Yo.
You're 23?
Yes.
What's up?
When I have intercourse with my girlfriend, and as soon as I put penetration in, she gets starts shaking, and she bites down on my neck. And I find that to be very weird.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what does she say to you?
She just bites down on my neck, and I'm like, God, stop.
And does she stop?
Yeah. After a while.
After a while.
Does she harm you? Is it a mark for a couple days?
It's like a hickey with bite marks.
What does she say is going on? Go ahead.
My girlfriend sometimes does that.
All right.
I don't know.
Chicks like it when you bite their neck. Maybe they just assume guys like it when their neck is bitten.
I guess that's what it is.
I mean, I like it.
Why? You do the same things to chick that you think that
Yeah, but you don't.
like.
You put your mouth there. You don't chomp down.
Okay.
Someone's taking a piece of
Yeah,
flesh.
but she's like a vampire. So when she bites down, just like eating a piece of fried chicken type deal.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's real aggressive.
Is she Latino?
No.
All right. Well, what's the question? Why does she do that?
Why does she do that? Cause
You'll have
have
to
you
ask
asked her?
You have to ask her.
I have to ask her.
Yeah, I know that's a stretch.
You're going to mysteriously go around her, and we're going to have the answer for
And
you.
that's a bizarre concept to actually go to the source, but that's what you're going to have to do.
Yeah, because she's very dominant in in a relationship.
Hey, Brandon.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out what drugs you do.
What drugs?
Which ones?
I used to do heroin.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Like a long time ago.
And what do you do now for a living? Video store?
No, I'm a construction worker.
Oh no. What kind of construction?
Carpentry.
What?
Good, like land carpet, vinyl siding, roofing.
Oh,
That's not carpentry, is it?
that's all the worst parts of carpentry. That's like.
How did you get out of doing heroin? How did you stop that?
I got fed up with it because
No.
I lost a lot of girlfriends.
Brandon, how'd you stop? You still smoke a lot of pot? Did you do methadone? How'd you stop?
I stopped.
You're not in recovery.
I just one day it's like.
What are you taking instead? What are you taking instead of heroin now?
I was I smoked
He's
a lot
smoking.
of cigarettes.
How about a lot of weed?
No.
What
No
else?
weed.
Taking medication?
No.
You're not taking anything.
I'm taking anything.
You
It's
drink,
it's a hard struggle.
Do you drink a lot?
No.
Okay. Well, what should he do, Drew?
He's a sex addict now.
It could be. That's what happens. They'll get into criminal stuff and sex and things, and the way to try to control those heavy drives. He should, go to NA, get a sponsor, and maybe talk to some people and get some support so we can go back into this relationship and not confront her, but be able to ask her why she's harming him.
How?
Does it really take therapy to go ask someone that though?
If he can't, he says he can't. I won't do it. She's dominant.
No.
You know what? Here, I'm going to call in here, tell you my life story, and ask you this question, and hope that my girlfriend's not listening.
Yeah, it's another part.
Or is this like a?
There's a private line just for Brandon.
Yeah.
No one else is listening. But the deal is though, the reason I was going down the recovery path is I guarantee you this woman he's with is a piece of work.
Oh yeah.
And that when he gets into some recovery, he'll start to see that, and this will be less of an issue for him.
All right. Well, to me,
So the relationship's taking place of that in some.
Relationship, there's something wrong with it. Yeah.
more than the guy doing heroin in the past being a strike against him is laying carpet as a living.
Oh, he does carpeting and roofing.
Ooh.
Carpeting and roofing.
Well, if he was laying asbestos, I'd be really worried about him.
Carpet. You'd be better off. Carpet. Think about what a horrible job putting carpet down is. Let me just say this about laying carpet. All you can do is F it up. That's all you can do. No one ever comes in and praises your work.
Yeah.
No one ever goes, wow. No, you never walk into someone's house and go, who put this carpet here? That is
It's
amazing.
something you only notice if you screw up, right?
Yeah.
Yes, there's certain jobs like carpet laying for movers. Movers. No one ever goes, hey, who put that sofa there? That's nice work. But you could move someone into a mansion, Aaron Spelling's mansion with 250 rooms. All you got to do is bust one lamp, and it's a disaster.
Movers. Because I travel so much, so if the guys who are handling my boards on the plane, my surfboards on the plane, ding them, that's the only time I notice them, you know. It's not like they did a great job transporting them.
No!
They either don't do the job, or they did a really bad job.
That's right. You should never have that job.
Yep.
All you young kids, sit around and think about who you're going to be getting out of high school or college or whatever, going into some profession. Don't get one of those jobs where no one says anything except for when you F up.
Unless you're incredibly self-secure.
Yeah, but you know what it is? I think it's dense. It's like you think parking enforcement people are that secure, or are they just sort of like dogs who don't know when you're cussing at them?
Their shirts should say insecurity on them, not security.
It's Kelly Slater, I'll tell you.
A genius.
This would be great.
Poet.
Come on.
Heather? No, that's not bad. Heather,
Yes.
you're 27?
Yes, I am.
What's up?
I had a question about anal sex and how safe it
times.
is to have it.
All right.
You're with a monogamous partner.
Well, you can hurt yourself. Not necessarily going to, but people get hemorrhoids and tears and fissures and infections, and
I'm talking about, like, long term.
and can have trouble. Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. Well, I mean, like...
And can have trouble controlling their bowels, and obviously as you get older, when you already start to have those kinds of problems, if you've been sort of altering the function of that region, it can be even worse.
So how often is okay to do it?
Well, you've never done it yet?
No,
You're fine. you don't want to make a career out of it.
Well...
It's for
Yes, she
Christmas.
does.
Well,
Yes, she
some
does.
people
Yeah.
want to, you know.
She does. Heather does.
Yeah, but she would have done it already. She's never done it before.
No,
She's
she-
27.
I do it about once a month. I just don't want to ruin myself so that I'm stepping on myself in the nursing home when I'm old.
I thought she said she hadn't done it with
No.
this guy.
No.
Regularly.
Once a month.
And
okay.
are you holding back and keeping it once a month?
Yes. I like it. He likes it.
All right. Is it harmful? Does it hurt at all?
Sometimes I bleed,
Oh,
but
That's,
you need to have that evaluated, by the way.
what, the bleeding?
Yeah.
Well, why?
27.
Wouldn't there... Then to be like, let me say this, Drew. You know when you brush your teeth real hard sometimes and you spit and there's a little blood? Isn't it kind of just that kind of bleeding? It's not that you sharpen the end of the toothbrush and push it up through the palate of your mouth.
I love the Carolla-isms. You always
Thank
come
you.
up with these
Adam
little...
was pretty much right on this.
But that's the kind of bleeding that you get. You know, you get that. There's certain kinds of casual bleeding your body does where it's kind of okay.
Whenever he gets...
Yeah.
Normally when I control it, I don't bleed, but if
Oh.
he takes over,
See what I'm saying?
sometimes it gets a little rough and...
All right, hold on a second. Heather's... Now, see, here's why. See, people say, why do you label everyone nuts all the time? So the chick likes it in the pooper every once in a while. Isn't that her prerogative? But then they start talking more and a little more, and now it starts painting a picture.
Yeah.
And the picture starts
Well,
getting
it
a little
started
weird.
with, no, I've never done it. Didn't it?
It started- yes.
Or very little or hadn't or whatever. And then
it's once a month, then I'm holding back.
And then
once a month.
then it's all of a sudden I don't want to be crapping on myself when I'm in at home when I'm older.
And I bleed
So
when
it's been well thought out.
When he sets the cadence, then there's hemorrhaging going on. Heather,
Yes.
now what's up with him? Man, is there something? Does he have some issues?
I don't think so.
We all have issues, Adam.
Well, I mean, but your issues don't affect my anus. Drew's, however.
I beg your pardon.
No, what I'm saying is that you just happen to mention that you only bleed rectally when you hand the reins over to your man, and that he gets a little violent back there.
Either
that seems a little strange.
He's doing the toothbrush irritation of the surface of the colon, or he's actually tearing out the sphincter. You see what I'm saying, Adam? So it's different than brushing your teeth.
Going on whenever I bleed.
You feel the tearing.
Can you
see what I'm saying, Adam?
Yeah. Hey, Heather, I hear what you're saying.
That recurrent tearing, just like you can, we always talk about the prepuce getting narrow and narrow and narrow.
That's the foreskin.
Yeah, if it keeps tearing.
Right.
Well, the same thing can happen
to tissue.
To the anus.
Right. Then you're
bad times.
Right, because your Duke comes out like
pencils.
Like fettuccine or something.
Fettuccine, number 2 pencils. Yes.
Can you? But here, let me ask you. My God!
So I think what she was getting at was what is healthy, because some people just enjoy that.
Hold on. I just came with a great idea.
Oh no, pasta maker.
Well, like the pasta maker, we have the extrusion templates that you can actually put. So, when you're a kid, you have the Play-Doh and you squeeze the thing out, it comes out in a star shape, or it comes out like an I-beam.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Hexagonal.
Yes. What would you like?
How about that for the fella who's got everything? You know what I mean? Like my buddy Jimmy takes a lot of dumps. He seems to enjoy himself, but maybe it's lost its luster. How about the extrusion anal templates?
Yes, filters,
Maybe do your initials.
They're not catchy enough. We need a better name for it. Need something a little.
I have to work on it, but I'm saying like yours, Drew, I form your fecal matter into a D shape or something as it came out.
It was the Play-Doh factory.
How about the Pudo factory?
Yeah, it's kind of like the Duke factory. The Duke.
You could actually
butt plug mechanism.
You could have actually a hollow feces if you did it right. You could do tubes.
Oh, Adam. How wonderful.
Drew, write this down, would you?
It's a genius.
That would be huge.
Oh.
You could keep them on the top of the toilet before 5 different templates.
And you can get the little Chia Pet action going with the ones that, create little men with hair coming in.
It's a solution.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. You strap on one of those troll heads and have the hair grow out of it.
Yes.
Do like Santa Claus and his beard. Drew, write this down, would you? It's gonna make me rich. I mean, it may be a novelty item, but what about the pet rock and the mood ring? These were novelty items.
People laughed.
Somebody got rich off it.
How dare they?
The mood ring was just novelty.
I don't think that actually was supported by any real scientific data. We'll be right back. All right. Hey, Heather.
Yes.
I worry about this guy as much as I worry about your anus.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Worry about him.
Because the fact that he would be so. First of all, we just have a funny feeling about guys that are so focused on having sex in the rear that it's sort of an aggressive act, and a guy that does it so vigorously that he makes you bleed repeatedly. And you've not said that he's been concerned about it, or or is.
We've been married for 8 years.
All right. Well,
and
how many kids?
Something that I like.
How many kids?
I requested.
Heather, one thing we do not want you to walk away from the conversation with is guilt or shame, or say you feel it's a bad thing you're doing. That's fine. You do enjoy it. Great, enjoy. However, the fact that he's so aggressive bothers us a little bit, and the fact that you're causing traumatic injury to that area troubles me.
That's pretty much
I think she's
control of it.
All right,
it's just not
enjoy.
Happens, I tell
All right,
enjoy.
But just 2 quick questions. What's the guy do for a living?
He,
Metal.
He's an engineer, actually.
Oh, what kind of engineer?
Industrial.
All right.
Technology. He does they make parts for the Navy. They make parts for
Metal parts.
All right, metal parts, and all right, that's it. That's all I need to know.
Gaskets.
All right, good times. Yeah, you may need a new gasket if he doesn't.
I think so.
Be careful. That's nice. What happened to your wife? I wore out her ass about 20 years ago. That's nice.
Can't go outside anymore.
Yeah, well, she does, but she got an indoor diaper and out. When she goes out, she got to wear a diaper.
Of course.
Yeah, like she got to be like one of those horses that pulls the carts around Central Park. They put that crap
behind it
bucket on.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, so they can get some range. They can get away from their stall a little bit without making a mess. Kelly Slater's our guest tonight. 6-time world champion surfer. He's got himself a video game out. Shut up, Drew. Let me plug this, please. It's called Kelly Slater Pro Surfer, and I'm going to talk to him a little bit more about that when we come back. Drew, yes?
I was just thinking, I know something that these people that are really into anal sex have never seen, which is rectal prolapse, where the rectum falls out the rear end. I think that...
I was going to bring that up.
No, if I could take a few of these folks around to see that, I think that might sort of slow them down a little bit. So
well, Drew, you know,
there's got to be more going on than just the anal. I mean, there's other health issues going on when that happens.
It was infectious disease stuff too. What's that now?
Drew, you should do like, you know what they would do? They would take Scared Straight. They get the kids, they bring them to jail.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Black guy was missing an eye, scream at him.
Sex jail with.
Yeah, you could do the Scared Straight for the anal freaks.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right. All right. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody. It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Kelly Slater's our guest tonight. 6-time world champion surfer. Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer is the name of the new video, which is coming out, video game, I should say, coming out on the 17th, which is in a week. And it is compatible for PlayStation 2, Xbox, and Nintendo GameCube, yes? Now, what do you do? Steer you around while you're on your board?
Yeah, basically.
And do you have to paddle out?
No, you don't have to paddle out. You just paddle into waves.
Are there a bunch of judges?
No, there aren't. No, but there is.
Adam has an idea for you, though.
There is some sort of judging system they've put in place in the game, but
I see. And you see, I've never played. I can play like pinball and pong and pachinko. Those are my games. But I've never.
Wow.
I've never done the video games where like you're skateboarding or surfing or riding. Anything. You have to have a joystick or something, or you just use a regular thing?
Basically. It's not really a joystick. I don't know.
They can do the regular thing.
Kids go nuts with this stuff.
They do.
Yeah. I like to blow stuff up.
It's funny. I could play this game. Well, I've been basically playing what we've been working on for 2 years now. And I guarantee that the first day it comes out, kids who know how to play video games will be better than me at it.
Oh, sure.
Like within 20 minutes of them playing it.
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Probably within 2 minutes. I wouldn't doubt it.
Well, now when you're designing or helping design this, do you say, oh, it should feel a little more like this or look a little more like
Absolutely. The most important thing is the feel of how the guy rides on the wave. Does it feel like the timing's correct from when it gets to point A to point B and the way the radius of the turns are done and how the aerials look and animations and
Right. Okay. That's coming out in 1 week, everybody. Paul.
Oh, hey.
Paul, you're 16. What's up?
Oh, yeah, Adam, I want to know why you hate Florida so much.
Paul, you're a virgin?
Hey, you know what? I want to know that, too, because I'm from Cocoa Beach.
Hold on. First things first.
Yeah. It's bad timing night, by the way, because Kelly is not only from Florida, but resides in Florida, right?
I actually reside in Los Angeles.
That's right, you do, buddy. You're goddamn right you do. You hear that, Paul?
Yeah, I heard that.
No, Paul, I just grew up thinking that Florida was a place that you either went on vacation or went to die if you were Jewish.
You do.
And it is true. Those two things are true. But I didn't know about all the hillbillies and waffle huts. Waffle houses that come from Florida. And I never knew about all the fugitives that reside there either, and how every time we're on a manhunt for somebody or some terrorist did some training somewhere, it always ends up getting back to Florida in some way. Now, maybe it's because of the size of the state, maybe it's the weather, maybe it's because it's sort of in between a lot of other states where there's troublemakers. I don't know, but it all ends up in Florida.
Whenever Adam and I were traveling in Florida, too, we'd always run into these guys, males, who had family in the northern plains. In Minnesota, Michigan.
Yeah, they'd be like, I got like 8 kids in Seattle. And you're like, well, do you miss them?
I see them
let's see them once in a while.
Yeah.
What do you do now? I work on a boat. Yeah, it's where stupid guys go to work on boats. That's what I've
and
I've
leave
out.
families behind to do that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
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 My dad's a deadbeat dad, so.
All right, there you go, Paul. See?
Yeah.
But where's he going though? Now you're in Florida. This must be quite a quandary for him. Where can he go?
I think he's in Washington State or somewhere.
Interesting.
Paul chased him down to Florida, and he had to go somewhere else. See?
He had to flee Florida.
Yeah.
No, you're from Florida, right, Paul?
Well, I was born in San Francisco originally.
See?
Oh.
And Dad went to Florida.
Yeah, and we came with them.
See?
I don't remember anything of California.
I see, but the family was with him when he went to Florida.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it is interesting if you're a deadbeat dad, where do you go if you start in Florida?
I see.
That's an interesting dilemma. That's like if a tree falls in the woods and no one's there to hear it.
Right.
All right. Hey, Paul?
Yeah.
Okay, buddy. You'll be fine.
Okay.
All right. You stay in that Florida. You're in Orlando?
Wait.
That's good.
What was
Yeah.
what was the question?
Yeah, no question.
I wanted to know why I hated Florida so much.
That was all?
Yeah.
How long did you wait online?
Oh, not too long, like 20 minutes.
Hour.
Well, maybe.
53 minutes and
1 hour,
14
huh?
seconds.
Well, see, it's up there.
It's 1:35 in the morning.
All right.
That makes it better.
The other thing I know about Floridians, they have no ability to estimate time.
Yes.
This kid says 20 minutes, but nearly 3 times that long. I've always said about the Floridians.
I estimated I'd get here 5 seconds before the show started, but it was like
15 seconds
It
after.
was 2.5 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. There you go there, Paul. We were talking during the commercial break about this country and bombing and, this thing with Iraq coming up and everything. And, I've said before on the air, you have a badass country when we get into wars, when we kill more of our own people than the enemy does. If you really just think about that, how badass are you as a military power? Imagine putting that in any kind of historical context, any World War I, World War II, whatever, Korea, Vietnam, whatever war you want to think about. Imagine the one team, the one side killing more. It's like you having a football team that actually scoring for the other team because
more than they ever scored on you.
Someone got confused and ran the wrong direction or something.
Right.
And the other thing I realized when they were talking about the holy month of Ramadan or the holy holiday of Ramadan coming up, because I think Kelly brought it up or you brought it up during the break. We also, you're badass when you bomb around other people's holidays. How badass a country are you when you're killing more of your own people and planning your bombing raids around their holidays? I mean, that's a confident country. Like, when's Ramadan over? Oh, we got about another 10 days?
Hey, and you wonder why people hate us,
Well, I don't know. That's not bad. We're working around the holidays.
Oh, we're so kind.
We're working with the holiday. I'm saying, what other country that we get in a fight with gives a rat's ass about our holidays? I mean, I got Easter coming up. You guys going to worry about that?
What other country is coming over here and bombing on our soil,
Well, they can't. They would. Let me tell you. I'll tell you what country. Japan. Japan made all those. They made all those balloon bombs that they were lighting off and letting go in the Northwest, trying to start fires and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, they attempted it.
Well, it's interesting. I've been thinking a lot about this stuff lately, and one thing I've seen this last year trying to figure out where we are in history and stuff is that when dominance patterns break down in human systems, chaos ensues. And by dominance patterns, I mean somebody has got to be in charge.
That's right.
And that's in a within a system and between systems.
Hey, we got to be in charge.
But that may be why deterrents have worked so well. But now the deterrents aren't there anymore. So the dominance is breaking down.
What deterrents are
Well,
there?
before we had nuclear deterrents. That's why there was a face-off of nuclear deterrents. There was a dominant. There was a pattern there that balanced the dominance in the system.
Right.
Now they're getting under that.
Right.
And challenging the dominance.
I wonder if there really was that, or if it was just like the fear that it might be there. Was it really there? Like, were we really that close? Or
Kelly
was
needs a little medication, I think. Right?
No, he knows the bombs were there. He just wants
the
to know
bombs
how
absolutely
close
were
we
there.
got.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, during the Cuban
It's almost
Missile
like, don't
Crisis,
make a move, we'll take care of everything. You guys just, we're the power,
It was a little hairy when the Soviets were moving them into Cuba back in the 60s or whenever that was. I could see it. That's a little freaky, having them 90 miles off the coast. But, yeah, I don't know, and I don't think we'll ever know what the closest we ever came to actually pushing the button was.
Probably not very. That's the point. That's why these things work. They probably were just deterrents.
Probably not very close at all. That's what my point was.
Oh, they were deterrents.
Yeah, No, that's what it is. But imagine all these subs floating around out there with all these warheads
I heard
on
that
them.
the Cubans wouldn't give the Russians back their bombs, and so the Russians were actually coming after the Cubans to get their bombs back, but we thought they were coming after us. So it was a big confusing sort of thing going on.
Well, they had to get them. They got them there in the first place.
That was the problem.
That was the problem. But maybe they. I don't know how that works. You have to get a deposit or something.
But you know, all they were going to do was bomb Florida, so it wouldn't have bothered you anyways.
If that's true, and I'm going to look into that, then I'll change my tune on this. Rob?
Yeah.
You're 21. Yeah, this missile it's 95 miles. That's its range. We can get 5 feet in on Pompano Beach.
Miami.
What's up there, Rob? You're 21.
Oh, sorry, I just woke up a little bit. I just had a little problem. Over the years, I've developed a problem developing relationships. I used to not have a problem with it. High school, I dated a girl, like my first girlfriend, and kind of rough. Found out about 2 weeks after we broke up that she slept with my brother, my younger brother.
Right after you broke up, or while you were dating her?
While we were dating.
Did you kick his ass?
No, I should have. No.
No,
You always could still.
Yeah, you still could.
And then, I just kind of, I kind of just pushed it out, blocked it out, kind of still am pissed off at him for that,
How old were you when that happened?
I was 17.
And how old was he?
16.
All right.
not
What's the
too
question
bad.
now? What is the question?
I'm just wondering, how I can overcome this problem with developing relationships with people. I mean, whenever people get close or I feel they're getting close, I'll push them away. I'll sabotage whatever relationship I have with them, or just anything I can just to...
Well, here's the pattern you develop, Rob. No. That's what you think you're doing. But what you're actually doing is, unless you have someone sufficiently chaotic and like that first girlfriend, someone that would sleep with your brother, you're going to push him away and sabotage. Someone that would really be in a relationship with you, that you're not going to have anything to do with. But some crazy, dramatic, over-the-top, chaotic individual, that's the one you'll have the relationship with.
Well,
you see what I'm saying, Adam?
But normally that pattern is for women.
No, guys do that too.
Normally it's for women.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't talk to too many guys who have that. Rob?
Yeah.
You date chaotic women?
He hasn't found one.
Actually, I really haven't dated in a while. I mean,
that was the only one.
It's well, no. When I went away to college, I tried dating people. I bring them over to meet my roommates, and they try. My roommates would try to sleep. I end up sleeping with them.
Well, listen, guys will always try to sleep with someone who's attractive if you leave them alone.
They do it in front of me.
Well, okay, but if you brought a pizza home and set it down on the table and said, I'm going to take a dump.
You know what? I'm leaving for the weekend, and I just bought this new pizza and left it in the fridge. Please don't touch it.
Yeah, it's gone. That's how guys work.
With guys, you just got to walk through the room with a pizza. And it's just gone.
I think it's all about perception. How do you perceive what happened there? It's like, obviously, something happened that was pretty hideous behind your back with your close family member.
But your roommates wanting to have sex with your hot girlfriends is very
normal.
college appropriate.
College appropriate, yeah.
All right, Rob?
Yes.
All right, get back on the horse.
Yeah, the deal is you have to learn to trust again, and if you can't, then that's when therapy's for.
It's a weird thing, Lisa. You know what's weird is the people who can't read other people and don't trust their ability to read other people. I find that strange. I don't have any of it.
I always figure that's a cover for something.
I do too.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Yeah,
when people go, well, he seems like a nice guy, but I don't know. I don't know. And it's like, what do you mean you don't know? Don't you feel like you know everyone around you pretty damn well? How many times have you been surprised?
Oh,
have you been surprised?
Yeah, I'm always surprised. But I'm never. I'm always amazed that.
You're only surprised in the moment, but not when you
I'm not. I'm surprised, but I don't have any disbelief. You know what I mean? Yeah. People don't surprise me in the sense that how could it be like that?
Right.
But I'm always amazed at people.
Oh, yeah. No, everyone's disappointing.
Right.
Horribly disappointing, incliding myself, by the way.
Oh, by the way.
I'm most disappointed myself. Yes, but I've never had anyone go, I thought I knew you and you were somebody else.
Not since I was 14.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Kelly Slater, pro surfer. He's in studio tonight. He is here pimping Kelly Slater, pro surfer, which is video games coming out. And it's coming out... who's the genius who thought of that title, by the way? The guy who thought of Tony Hawk, pro skater? Couldn't be the same guy. All right, he's going to be here. We're going to be here. We're all going to be back, and that'll be just after this. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Kelly Slater, our guest tonight. Kelly Slater, 6-time world champion surfer, and it is no coincidence that his name is in front of Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer, which is coming out on the 17th. And the good thing is, actually, what with Tony Hawk Pro Skater thing is, when you say Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer, you don't have to go the video game anymore. Sort of, I mean, Tony, I'm sure when he was out in the early days talking about it, and we probably had him on the show 3 or 4 years ago on the TV or in here talking about it, he had to explain to everyone, this is a video game about skateboarding. You don't really have to do it anymore with Kelly Slater.
That's why I delayed the launch.
Yeah. Always best for everything to cool down, the smoke to clear, and the kids to spend all their money before you then launch your line. That's my plan. That's what I'm going to do with my ass extruder. I'm going to wait till someone else comes up with it, and then I make my move. So what shape? You say, I know
stars.
Jewish stars well, or just a 5-point?
5-point star. And
what about Hanukkah?
What, you know, shaped like a menorah?
No, I'm saying the Jewish star.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Is that like a 6-point star?
They need something that cuts it, too, so you make a little design. Yeah.
That's a very interesting thing, yeah. For those of you who are just tuning in,
you'd have to have been following for the last 40 minutes.
Yeah. This is, what is that thing called, that Play-Doh?
Play-Doh Factory.
Play-Doh Factory. You have the different templates in the different shapes. You put the Play-Doh on the top. You pull the handle down.
Yeah, or like a garlic crusher, too. Or something.
Right, and it extrudes it in that shape.
Right.
Now, I'm thinking about this for the ass in number 2. And I can figure out some of the templates. Crescent moon. We'd have to do fairly simple stuff.
Circles,
you couldn't do like Lincoln's head or something. That's not going to read.
You got to come out with basic things first until people really understand it.
I think they'll achieve
and then
that
you can
thing.
get intricate.
Well, Lincoln's. You can use Lincoln's face, and he can grow a beard, grow hair. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
Or you could patch them together in different shapes that make up the whole.
Well, that's interesting too. Like
I'm having
puzzle.
a visual though.
A beard, a nose.
I was thinking that too. Where if you just could extrude basically blocks, then you'd have a building set.
Lincoln Logs.
True.
Yeah.
True. Geez. Although, those basically are just Duke. I mean, they have notches in them.
Well, Adam, it's just a catchy name. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. No, you're right. That's good. And perhaps like your initial, like your first initial or something. I think
wouldn't have to cut that. Yeah.
I think. Well, we'll do a kit where you can do your own custom stencils.
Your girlfriend's initial.
Yeah, honey, come here.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Hey, you always say I forget the anniversary. Come here. Yeah. Who forgot now?
Well, you need the plus. You need the plus sign.
Yeah.
EP plus.
Yeah, do the plus. Do the cross.
The cross.
All right, these are all great. I can't write fast enough.
Oh, sorry, I'm so excited.
And we'll work in. Now, how do we cut it off? Maybe how do we cut it? There's got to be the slicer.
Yeah, like a scissor.
Is it built in, or you just hang like a carpet knife around your nuts on a rope?
I think we would sell it as a game, so 2 people participate. One does the cutting.
Let's save the babies. Eric?
Yeah.
You're 21?
Yeah, sure am.
All right, there. What's up?
Nothing much. I wanted to ask Kelly, like, just what he thought about localism in surfing, that is, and maybe see if he experienced any and what his reaction was and all.
You mean like locals only kind of stuff?
Oh, yeah, it's just like, or maybe just guys out there. I guess he doesn't even have to be a local, but just like giving some people a hard time and stuff, and it just kind of ruins everybody's time out there.
You know, what's up with it?
Territorialism you're talking about.
Big court cases last couple of years on these things.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, there has been.
People hurting each other.
Yeah, the locals want to keep Palos Verdes quiet.
Well, how do you do that?
Well, you beat people up
who come around,
and 1 out of 100 goes and tells the cops, and then they have a lawsuit, and then more people know about your spot than ever have known about it before.
Right.
So.
And this is, but this is a age-old surfing problem. This locals only. I can always remember the Vals go home. I was a Val myself.
Tourist. You're a tourist.
I was a Valley guy.
Yeah.
Then I went the Valley guy. I wouldn't want the.
That was probably my friends.
I lived in the Valley. I had a Vals go home T-shirt. I didn't want to live with those a-holes either. But yeah, the guys come in and they basically hog up the good waves. You got your nice surf spot.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want the competition. And surfers who basically are a bunch of guys who like to smoke weed and lay in the sun all day are pretty aggressive when it comes to that. I mean, surfers are mellow guys normally. They get a little weird about the waves. But otherwise, it's hard to get them going on anything. So it's ironic that they become thugs because they're really mellow guys who normally just like to sort of listen to some music, smoke some weed.
Something to do with what you referred to, what you experienced this morning, in that you wait all day for that right wave and somebody else screws it up. It's explode. You can't stand it.
We all feel it. It's like some childhood, like brotherly competitive thing or something. It's like, here comes a wave, and it's either me or you, and it's kind of an instinctual thing. I want it.
But all the guy has to do is be 30 feet away from you, right? Or 40 feet, I mean...
Well, when you're riding?
Yeah, I mean...
No, you want to be riding in
by yourself.
The right part of the wave. There's two sides to it. I mean, I've been on both sides of the localism thing.
People recognize you, right?
Yeah, but there's once in 50 times that works against you.
Somebody wants to...
Right.
Yeah, but...
Like the guy at the airport
if you know
me in the ass yesterday.
He
yelled my name.
What?
I'll tell you about it later.
We'll get back. All right. We got to go break.
Oh, Kelly Slater here, everybody.
I'll answer that later.
Sorry about that, Kelly. But we'll take a quick break, and we'll get back to me getting raped in the airport after this. It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Kelly Slater, our guest tonight, 6-time world champion surfer, Kelly Slater, and Kelly has himself a video game which is called Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer, and is coming out the 17th, which is in 1 week, and it'll work. It's compatible with all the stations, right? All the Nintendo and the GameCube and the PlayStation, the Xbox. It works with all of them?
Works with all of them. Even the Game Boy Advance, so they say. I haven't seen it.
Really?
Is this a relatively new thing that stuff is compatible with all the technology?
Well, they make them compatible individually for each one. It's not like one will be compatible with all
5 games.
If you got Xbox, you get the Xbox version of it, and if you have the PlayStation, you get the PlayStation. What most kids have?
If you
got 3
got
or 4 different of these things.
Yeah, if you have PlayStation 2 and Xbox, you should really buy both of them and check out the differences.
That's the only way you'll know. Otherwise, you'll be missing out.
Yeah.
You really, kids have all... I'm going to kick my dad right in the nuts. I got a whole long list of reasons to kick him in the nuts. Now I got another one. Kids have 2 or 3 of these things?
I was thinking an average kid would have a Game Boy or Game Boy Advance and either PlayStation or Game Boy.
What do your kids have?
All that.
They have all of them.
Well, they don't have Xbox. They don't have... They don't have the PlayStation 2.
That's so ironic about my...
They don't? They have GameCube?
They have GameCube.
Oh, yeah.
And now
they got to have one of the main 3.
People give me this crap now, and I just give it away to people who have friends. Have kids.
Have you been to the E3 video game convention?
No.
Well,
he had a booth last year.
Well,
Dr. Drew.
If you want to take your kids somewhere,
take them there.
Yeah. The Nintendo booth at that place was crazy.
Yeah, but isn't it like bringing a alcoholic to a bar or something? I mean, isn't it trouble?
Much worse than that.
I'm saying maybe
it's taking a drunk alcoholic to a bar.
Right, you should not be fanning the flames with your kids and this stuff, should you? It's going to be trouble.
Or is it like one of those quit smoking things by putting them in a room with no ventilation
and you
just
smoke in his face?
Well, you stay in this little glass room and you smoke until you...
Drew, you do it with your kids. I want you to play video games. I want you to drop out of school and play video games. And you do that thing where you...
Reverse psychology.
Right. It usually works.
Okay.
Because you don't want to do the stuff your parents did, right?
Right. I'll sit home and do video games.
Okay. Smoke pot, play the video games.
Get tattooed and pierced.
And have unprotected sex. That's right. Paul?
Yeah.
You're 23?
That's right, bro.
What's up, brada?
Got some problems, I guess. I'm on my way back from Mexico right now. I got a pretty bad drug problem. And I want to get help, maybe methadone treatment or something. But, I mean, I'm going to school. I just moved down here from Alaska, like changing my life in a major way just to get this far, to get down here, like with my family and whatnot. But I like just ran to Mexico to pick up some tar, and I need to do something. I can't be running to Mexico. I almost got busted at the immigration or the border there. I forgot my ID, and I was like, I don't want to turn around and get my ID. I'm just going to go and fix. I don't bang it no more, but I usually do OxyContin because that's what I got started on in Alaska. And I started banging stuff. And
all right, Paul, look, you need to be treated. You get on methadone, unless you have no possibility of successfully being treated. Methadone is for people that have no resources and can't get well.
Not like maintenance, but just to come on.
Well, the detox is, no. Just, you need to go to a program. You need to be somewhere for a while. It takes a long time to deal with and get over heroin addiction.
Right.
It takes a long time. You got to take
What
some time
about
to
methadone detox? You just end up getting hooked on the methadone?
No, they end up chipping the heroin as they come down off the methadone. It never works. It's always people looking for an easier, kinder way to get off of this stuff. They don't want to do the work of recovery, and they think, well, what I have to do is get off the drugs and I'll be fine, which couldn't be further from the truth.
Well, I mean, I changed so much in my life. I know if I just, because I've, came down off before a few times, not by choice, just...
Again, Paul, getting off the drug is a non-issue. It's a simple thing. Staying off the drug is the very difficult task.
Well, I think it's kind of...
May I give you
he's the doctor, I understand.
May I give you a phone number? Let me give you a phone number. I deal with heroin addicts every day of my professional life.
Me too, but it's showbiz. Oh, that's coke.
It's both.
Coke.
It's both.
Yeah.
Speedball.
I kicked that. I used to bang that.
But those guys are cool.
Yeah. Well, no, I wasn't. But I didn't mean to sound like it wasn't.
Paul, can I give you a phone number?
Yeah, go ahead.
The guy's driving his car.
You gave me a couple numbers already.
626.
Okay, fine. Start over.
626.
Okay.
Yeah.
356.
346?
356.
Why don't you have your girl give it to me? Because I can't.
All right, I'll buy that.
Yeah.
Drew, how often your phone numbers over the air work out?
I know. I'm right down.
Well, maybe someone else wants it, so you should give it out over the air anyway, Drew.
All right.
Sometimes
356-2789.
Well, what's that number for?
It's a drug treatment center. Mine work.
It's one of those Southern California things.
Right.
So.
Right.
Okay. Go ahead, Kelly. Sorry.
Just you always hear people say how they moved and they changed their life so much.
Right.
But the problem they're dealing with is the same. Like it's like when I go home and my friends are all telling me how, man, I got to get out of this place, and they go somewhere else and they get stuck doing the same exact thing, and they got to get out of that place.
Yeah, I mean, the one bag you always pack is yourself, man. Yeah. True. Write that down. Packing yourself.
I know you do a little packing.
I pack my toiletry kit every night, man. But it's true. Like, who you bringing? I mean, of course you're packing yourself wherever you're going.
I'm wondering
what
changed in that guy's life, Drew.
What changed?
Yeah, he said, I changed so much in my life.
Oh, he hasn't changed. He just changed drugs and changed locations.
Yeah.
Well, he was doing Oxy when he was in Alaska.
He was doing cocaine first, he said.
Now he's
whichever keeps you warm.
He's doing heroin in San Diego. It's a totally different thing.
It's called rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic.
That's right. All right. Let's talk to...
Send that guy to Singapore.
My God. Listen to this call. Jenny.
Hi.
Hi.
I have a product for Adam.
You do?
I do. It's called the Turd Twister, and you can get it at turdtwister.com.
I've got to go on the...
What does that do?
Oh, well, it's actually a fecal excruder, like a Play-Doh type thing.
Oh.
Somebody invented this, Adam?
No, but here's what they're doing.
She sounds so professional.
Yeah, but here's... I think what they're doing, and this is Ginny.
Yes?
What they're doing is they're taking the fecal matter, putting it in the extruder, and then extruding it. I'm saying...
No. This is actually inserted. You put it anally. You hang on to it.
Oh,
you
my
clench
God.
it.
Oh, my God.
You clench it.
I have a friend who I think would like that.
There's a star shape.
Besides Adam.
Oh, my
God. A heart shape.
Oh, speaking of heart, you're breaking my heart now.
Oh, my God.
Snaked again.
What's it called again?
It's called the Turd Twister.
No, what's the website?
It's www.turdtwister.com.
And how much are these babies? Because
Brian, can you please go out there and print this up? Turdtwister.com.
My stuff's still in the R&D phase, but I'm looking to come in under $19.
Do they have Lincoln's head?
I don't think so. There's a sun, there's planetary, there's a gingerbread turd.
Oh, no. How do you do a gingerbread turd?
Gingerbread turd.
I would assume you have to squeak it out through that anal extruder.
No, there must be a cookie cutter and a rolling pin.
Well, I actually...
You build that house?
I actually purchased one for a different show host and a different show. And
wait.
Yeah, along with yours?
Jenny, tell us who, just for fun.
True. You're going to know the name of the local DJ?
Oh, it's a local show? New York?
Okay,
well, no, it's a show that's no longer here. But
go ahead and do it, just because now it's going to be fun for me to look at Drew. Go ahead. Give us the name of the show and the name of the...
well, it was... DJ. I gave it to Don and Mike.
All right.
The Don and Mike show.
There you go, Drew. You a big fan of Don and Mike?
They were on world famous KRAP.
I never did find out how they enjoyed it. I want to get one for myself and just leave it in my bathroom and see who winds up at the ER.
All right. And now tell me how this thing works. Do you insert it in your rectum and then clench?
I don't think it... Well, you're supposed to clench onto it, and it has a little loop, a little hole where you can insert a string, so if it gets stuck, you can pull it out. Now,
it's got a leash.
Yeah.
Right. The product that I got was not as decorative as the ones here online. It looks more like someone used a cookie cutter on a piece of plastic, and then you have to. I think it's a gag gift. I'm not sure in actual usage.
A gag? Wait a minute.
And does it show the final product, or do they use something to illustrate it, like cookie dough?
They do have an illustrated. The product itself, not how to use it.
Right.
The product is, in real life, the one I got looked like PVC.
Yeah.
A tube with a little cookie cutter thing that you would insert in there.
How much are these products? Because I think this is where I might come in.
I don't remember offhand how much they were. They were quite reasonable. I was able to get 3.
Interesting.
And give them out
get 3.
stocking stuffers.
You get one for the boat, one for the RV.
Well, I'll get one for you guys.
All right.
Please.
Thanks, there. We'll look that up there, Ginny. And by the way...
How many times do you think she's used that thing?
I know. She sure sounds happy about it.
By the way, what broad knows what PVC is? Ginny.
Yes.
What, is your husband a plumbing contractor or something?
No, I was... My father was a contractor, and I used to help him. I'm a very...
Whenever a chick knows something, there's always a story behind it. Guy says PVC, and you just go, huh? Chick goes PVC. The chick tells it, like, if I'm ever talking to a girl and she goes, well, I mean, the Axis powers of World War II were, quite formidable. I'm always like, oh, what happened? What happened here? What went on? Something went on. This is very sad, but when a girl knows anything, it's always interesting to me. I know that sounds it sounds horrible, but there's always, it's like, how do you know that? Give me the story behind you knowing that.
Interesting if Ginny knew what her dad did.
Most women don't know what their dads do. I was close with the husband in the plumbing contract.
Yes, you were.
All right. So, Drew, you want to go look that up?
Oh, are you doing that, Brian? Okay.
No, Brian doesn't even look at you when
up
you
in here.
All right, can you print it up?
I can't print it from here.
Do it in there.
Dave, no, Anderson can't leave his post.
But Brian can.
Brian doesn't have a post, so it's easy for him to leave. No, Brian is screening calls.
We haven't gone through any fake calls
We'll
yet
have Tara,
tonight.
who does nothing, do it.
Yeah. Where is Tara?
Doing nothing.
That's shocking.
Outside.
Oh, okay. Have Tara do it. But ask nicely. She'll tell you to F off. Dave?
Yeah?
You're 36?
Yeah.
What's up?
I've been in a relationship for about 6 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been very difficult all the way through it.
All right.
Now, like just last week, found out it's bipolar and personal. It's borderline personality disorder.
Oh, boy.
And I've heard you guys go, get out. Get out. That's the best situation that it could be for you. But now we're talking about 6 years of history.
Yeah.
What do you...
History, exactly.
Right. History, yeah. Well, World War II lasted about 6 years. Should we just keep it going? Because we had all that time and the money invested into it?
See, this is why you're a good lawyer. You would make a good lawyer.
Yeah, right. I'd be a smart ass.
It's just common sense.
Of course. All right, Dave. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Well, it's been bad. It's been bad the whole time. I mean, look, here's the thing. If you want to tell us that you have kids together, that you love her, and things like that, we're open to negotiate. But if you're going to say, my argument for staying with someone is that I've been with that person, that's the wrong argument.
Okay.
So you don't have the kids, and you don't have the true love.
I've been with that argument is get out as quick as you can because you've already wasted so much time.
She actually does have kids, and I'm kind of taking on a father role.
I see. Those are possible stepkids, potential stepkids.
Exactly.
How many?
She has 2 kids. One doesn't even have a father, knows me as the father.
Okay.
And so both kids are from different fathers.
Yeah.
So she's a little chaotic.
Well, it's borderline.
Yeah, and
Okay.
It's been chaotic for the whole time.
Well, so now she's got to do the work, get on the medication, do all that kind of stuff, or you're out. That's the deal.
How old is she?
She's 30.
All right. Well, here's the thing about borderline. Is it a real bona fide borderline personality disorder is not particularly treatable. The bipolar disorder is quite treatable, and that will make things better. But borderlines are better when they're on medication. The sort of the fundamental problem with borderlines is they can't regulate their affect. Their feelings are just all over the place, and so are their behaviors. The good news is, as they hit the 4th and 5th decade of life, some of those chaotic qualities settle down. So by the time she's 50,
hey, 10 more years.
By the time she's 50, things do settle down. But in the meantime, it can be quite an unpleasant ride.
All right. So right about the time you don't want to screw her anymore, she'll be fine.
And you won't feel guilty.
Yeah. All right. So, Dave, have you got her to a therapist? Obviously, she had her evaluation, but is she?
Well, we're pretty close to that. Yeah, it's getting there.
Okay.
Well, she's a diagnosis. Now
She's been pinned down to that.
Yeah,
she needs to move forward, and as long as she's moving forward with her treatment and her meds and all that good stuff, then you hang out.
Yeah.
That's the deal.
And try to make sure this doesn't happen to the next generation.
Right.
Borderlines can transmit their diseases to the next generation very easily.
How?
By being the mother.
Yeah.
They're chaos.
But, I mean, they're trouble. And they have guys end up being violent, the chicks end up being strippers, right?
Borderlines often have sexual abuse histories.
Yeah.
Want to ask and see if she had it?
No. Nicole?
Yes?
All right, now I have to know. What line was he on? Was that Dave?
Two.
Hey, Dave?
Yeah?
Was she sexually abused?
She had a rape thing when she was about 16.
What about before that?
I haven't heard any stories like that.
You might ask about that.
Does Dave really need to know that?
Yeah.
All right, hey, Dave?
Yeah.
Don't ask about that.
You're just saying like scoot and let everything work?
No, I'm saying don't ask about her being molested.
He's saying don't stir
or
things
sexually
up.
abused.
Don't stir things up.
Wait a second.
Okay.
I'm saying if he stays to ask her. I'm saying if he bails out.
Brother that had a problem because he was mentally retarded at one point.
And maybe he didn't.
Is this an older brother?
Yeah, slightly older, yeah.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, because even sane guys do a fair amount of, like, raping and molesting.
Yeah.
Retarded people.
Oh, really, Adam?
That's fine. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
From doing the show, I've learned about 75% of men are rapists. 70 to 85% of men are rapists.
A little conservative.
I'll tell you, one of the best things I saw.
But only 75% of you is a rapist.
Yeah, but the other 25% is napping. So I can't get off the sofa. I would rape if I could move. I can't move. So I don't deserve any award for not raping because it's one of the
I'm a
first things
rapist.
I do. And Drew has just admitted that he's a rapist.
What's the great thing you saw?
I saw it a couple of years ago. Oh no, this is like a year ago when I was watching 60 Minutes and they were interviewing some official from South Africa. Basically, the 60 Minutes story is now that we've given control, he kicked out Whitey essentially and given the control back to the black folks who live there. Rape is on the rise. There's tons of rape going on.
Where is this, South Africa?
Yeah, in South Africa. And they were at they interviewed, I don't remember who it was, but basically some city official, and they interviewed him at a cocktail party, but it was a daytime cocktail party in someone's backyard who lived in a mansion, and they asked him about all this rape that was going on and the huge increase in the instances of rape, and he said, "Look around. Do you see anyone being raped?" This is nonsense. And I thought, wow, what a compelling argument.
Just come to this country. Wherever you look, people
a
are
bunch
being
of
raped.
guys are wearing, like, tails.
Hey, I was just in South Africa a month ago. I didn't see anyone get raped.
You didn't get raped?
No.
Well, he
You must have been at that party at the embassy. I like this argument. Look around. I see nothing over here.
Yeah.
Look, there's an ice sculpture, for Christ's sake, and a guy playing a violin. There's
all kinds of weird stuff going on over there, man.
Is it weird?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, you were just in South Africa surfing, obviously. Yeah, what is going on over there?
I don't know.
Did they tell you stay away from this area or stay away from that area?
The strangest story I ever heard in South Africa, it's a real quick one. The whites were trying to get the other whites to hate the blacks.
Right.
So these white guys hired these black guys to go into a white church and start shooting everyone.
Wow.
And they actually paid them, like, I don't know, 1,000 rand or something, which is nothing. It's like $100.
And did they do it?
And they went and did it. And so they killed like 12 white people. So then all the white people thought, the black people is
right. It's interesting.
Yeah. So it's like some kind of really.
But you know about it, so someone must have found out.
Yeah, I guess
about
they
it.
sort of uncovered what happened. But
yeah,
there's all kinds of strange. Every time I go there, last time I was there, I met this a friend of a friend. Her whole family had been shot in one burglary. This guy came in and shot everyone in the family, but didn't really hurt anyone that bad. Just like nicked him in the arm and nicked her dad in the head, and but 4 people in the family got shot in one burglary.
Yeah, I saw another story about everyone's being carjacked, and some guy had an idea to put like flamethrowers on the side of his car. Not as good as idea as my ass extrusion template, which I found out already exists.
We got to see this website.
But yeah, let's get on this. Kelly Slater is in here tonight. He is a pro surfer, 6-time world champion, and name of his new video, Kelly Slater Pro Surfer, out in a week. Take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Hey, yo, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Kelly Slater is our guest tonight. Kelly is a 6-time world champion surfer, and Kelly's got a video game that is coming out in 1 week called Kelly Slater Pro Surfer. All right.
How'd you guys get matched up?
Drew did this job for 10 years before I got here. I showed up at K-Rock, the mother station out here in Los Angeles, and the station that this show began on before it was syndicated. I was doing a little work on the morning show, and somebody decided, maybe partly Drew, but not all Drew.
It was 100% me. I can tell you where I was standing and who I called and what happened.
That had to do with the TV show. But,
yeah.
But the radio was sort of around before the TV, or at least was discussed before the TV.
Not with me.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't...
It took me a little while to grow into the TV show, because I was so used to listening to you guys on the radio. And then when I saw the TV show, it didn't move as quickly or something.
Yeah, it was never quite right. It was sort of okay for TV, but if you knew the radio show, you should like the radio show more than TV. And in general, that's a good time for me to bring this up. You folks out there, you should be listening to more radio, more talk radio. It's interesting.
That's all I listen to.
It's stimulating. There's a lot of good, talented people out there. You don't have to listen to us. You can listen to other people. It's a good thing to do.
I was thinking
It'll make you smarter.
Yeah, I was thinking about this same thing today. I was thinking about our television show and about how so much of it was a visual thing and the content almost didn't matter to people. In radio, the content's everything.
Yeah.
What you say is the whole deal.
No, it's
TV's visual content.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys should have just hired a whole bunch of the hottest girls you could with really radical problems.
We did some of that.
Yeah.
But the thing that's
they called it the Man Show, though.
Oh, how dare you?
That's right.
That's a modern classic.
But you ironically poke fun at your problems, and it's all good.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, the Man Show. The guys end up getting the short end of the stick in that show anyway, if you really think about it. All right, let's move forward here and take a call for Kelly. Alex?
Yeah.
You're 16?
Right.
What's up?
Kelly, I was wondering, how come you threw the contest at lowers today?
Screw it.
I just didn't feel like winning 30 grand in a car, that's all.
Didn't feel like. Well, also you've been lagging on the ASP. Pretty. I mean, you come back. You're tired, right? After winning, and you come back and you're just doing horrible. What's the deal? How come you're just not in the mood to win this year? Huh?
Should I hit you with
I'm sorry.
should I hit you with the emotional side of it, or?
Oh yeah, go.
You are an asshole.
There you go. Well, you know, if I got to get serious about it, my father passed away right after the first event.
That was how long ago?
That was in April.
And did that affect your survey?
Oh,
I would assume
it just
would.
made me. Well, you know, it was a really growing time for me. It was actually a beautiful time spent with my dad right before he passed away. But
you mean we were like at the hospital and stuff?
At home, we had him at home, and it was a really horrible thing. He had cancer, and anyways, but that was a terrible thing. But we became really close, and then it sort of gave me a feeling like, you know, obviously there's defining moments in your life. Like Dr. Drew's, when he knew exactly where he was and who he called, and we were just talking about that.
Oh, really?
Well, when you guys were talking about the radio.
Oh, right. Yeah. He was jogging.
It was a defining moment.
Yeah.
But it just sidetracked me into thinking, you know, there's so many other things in life that are more important, and so my focus just went elsewhere. But,
well, hold on a second. Let me yell at Alex.
No, it's
Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
You little jackass.
Thank you.
You'll never be 1/10 of what Kelly Slater is. You understand me?
Yeah.
1/10 on your best day.
I respect your opinion.
All right.
You got another question, weirdo?
Bring it on.
Hurry up.
But,
Push.
That's good. But other than that, I just didn't have a whole lot of motivation coming back. I had a lot of great years, and I was all about trying to win competitions, and that was my whole life. And now my life is kind of, there's other things going on and other things I'm interested in.
Well, how do you, I mean, what's the difference in a competition? How motivated do you need to be? I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, here comes the wave. You're a great surfer. What's your approach? Why would it be any different? I mean, you lost the eye of the tiger kind of thing?
No, there's a lot of
practice. You're not practice as much.
No, I'm practicing a bunch. There's a lot of subtle things that go into competing at a high level at anything. You know, chess or cross country biking or whatever you're gonna do. So, there's subtle things you have to know about what the conditions are doing, what your opponent is, the way he approaches heat, and how he's affected by the way you're going to surf or approach the heat, or the scores you get, and how he's going to come back from that. And and then there's also, you got to sort of pace yourself like a long distance runner or something, where you don't want to surf your best right away. You want to sort of just beat the guys you're surfing against and sort of save up your reserves for the end. So you.
Do you think because you're Kelly Slater and your name that the judges are a little bit tougher, or could be tougher on you?
Or the other way around.
Or the other way around?
Well, I'd have to say it has gone both ways, but it's gone in my favor a lot of times, so I never really was one to complain about the judging. But
Right. Well, that's good, because I think most people, if you ask them that question, would just automatically answer, it's gone against me, because that's the way you feel when you go through life. You don't remember the times it goes for you. You go, yeah, I deserve it.
Yeah.
Of course, I was the best man that day.
Well, if you go out and you surf a really great heat, and you come out in the next heat and you surf pretty well, it's, you're going to be judged kind of harshly.
Right. So the idea is the order as well as... Drew, what are you doing there?
I don't take offense to that question you asked me, though. So
right. I just didn't like Alex's attitude.
You can take a shot at him all you want.
I don't like it. I don't like you know what I don't like? I don't like teenage boys. I don't like snotty teenage boys. You should be insecure. Your voice should be cracking. You should be popping a zit and crapping on yourself when you're calling the show. I don't like these teenage guys we call that act like they call the show and act like we called them and woke them up. They're like, yeah, what, dude? I just hate those guys. What name is that?
Monique.
Oh, it is. Monique?
Hi.
You're 19?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you hate... Yeah, don't have sex with any teenage guys. Screw them. I mean, don't screw them. What's your question, baby?
Well, oh, man. My phone died.
Well, we still hear you.
Oh.
It's ironic that we can hear you.
Well,
saying your phone
after
died.
102 minutes,
Yeah.
your phone could die.
Oh, that's bad.
It's ironic that now it dies.
Well, do you want to talk about how it's dead, Monique? Oh, it did die.
She's talking about it
You normally
Right
get that.
now.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you guys this with the phone. You know when you got the home phone and it's battery powered, and you get the beep 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 tone. Like it'll start beeping when it's running out of its battery. Sometimes it'll beep for 20 minutes, and sometimes you get 2.5 beeps and it goes.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like a good idea as far as design goes, because sometimes it'll beep all the way through a long call. It's like, nee, and it's like, yeah, ignore that. It's run out of battery. Usually when it's someone you don't want to talk to, but it'll just keep going. And then there's other times you barely get the part out where you're going, that's my phone, and it hangs up. What is that?
I don't know. I'm wondering how she took that right there. She's probably tried to deal with this issue a few times, and then right when she was on the verge of announcing it to the world, her phone died, and maybe she thinks that's another way to protect herself.
Drew kept her on hold for 102 minutes. What was her question, Drew?
I don't remember. I think
she had 15
boyfriends in 5 years. Yeah.
Why didn't we talk to her earlier, Drew? That sounds all right.
That's only one boyfriend every 4 months.
Yeah, what was
one might have been like a couple
but
weeks.
She was cheating on him, right?
She would end each relationship with cheating. That's why I didn't take it, because it's just
what. We had to talk to some a-hole that wanted to make fun of Kelly Slater. We couldn't take care of this poor girl that had trauma in her relationships.
Hey, Drew.
How dare you?
Yeah, as a little payback and to avenge Monique, I'm going to play a little something you said last week. When Adam was gone.
Ooh.
To avenge me?
Ooh.
No, to avenge Monique for what you did to her.
Yeah, keep her on hold for 102 minutes.
I see.
Yeah, let's hear what Drew said. I'm guessing about me. I hope it was flattering.
Yeah, it was a little something about you. Hold on.
Right.
It's interesting.
Let's hear this.
There's smart, and then there's sort of creative and observant. We'll give him that.
Just like his yummy phase.
Yeah, it's very creative. Very creative and very observant. Yeah, being very, very positive.
Uh-huh. I said I was creative, but he didn't say I was smart. He wouldn't go with
That's
the
what
smart.
it was. This guy was saying you were smart, and he was saying, oh, no.
Drew was arguing with smart. Well, here's the problem with Drew. Drew can't get over the scholastic stuff. To him, that represents smart, or it has to stand for something in his world. Otherwise, his world would just come apart. If he realized, here's what would ruin Drew. If he realized you could be smart and make a lot of money and never go to school, it would screw him up.
No,
and it would screw him up in his plans with his kids.
But I would say I wouldn't call it smart implies education. That's what I was trying to say, is that there's talented and creative and having ability and stuff, and smart. I
don't think but it doesn't imply educated for most people.
I think we need. I can accept that, but I was just saying we need a sort of a different language to talk about this stuff.
Well, here's a question: do you make yourself smart, or are you born smart? That's the thing.
That's the wrong word. Yeah.
Well, intelligence you're born with. That's not an educational
right.
thing.
And see, smart to me implies that you developed something.
Yeah. People say book smarts and street smarts. Yeah, but I don't think so. I think
develop something like a turd twister. You mean?
So you had to be smart.
That's smart. No. But see, Drew, I disagree with you in that I think that the normal definition of smart is more of it's more inherent and it's less book. Well, look up smart. Look at Drew. He's backpedaling now. He must have really meant what he said.
No, what I meant was I was sort of defending you, but I was trying to be really clear about it.
There's smart, and then there's smart in the way of making people think you're smart, is what he was saying.
They have that. I like to think of myself as crafty, but
you're that you are.
But Drew, you were defending me against the guy who said I was smart?
I wasn't.
Uh-huh. Interesting that you would defend me against a guy who called and said I was smart.
I was not being attacking or anything.
That's the sad part. You meant it. You meant it.
Wait a minute.
Drew's looking up the word smart.
Damn it.
And in defense of Drew, I would actually sell you out too, Adam, but you just say it right to his face, so there's no point in even recording you when he's gone.
All right, Drew, I'm going to move forward here. Yes?
Yeah, smart does not have anything about intelligence in it.
Justin is 22. Well, I'm going to sell your...
Mentally alert, knowledgeable. See, to me, it's knowledgeable, lots of knowledge.
Knowledgeable, yes, I agree with that.
And maybe knowledgeable is the word that I associate with smart. So
okay, no, that's right. Justin?
Hey, how you guys doing?
22. Here's the problem. The opposite of smart is dumb, and that's the problem.
That's not right.
That's
because
incorrect.
Somebody who wasn't educated is not dumb.
Yeah.
I wouldn't look at as dumb.
So smart is to dumb, as knowledgeable is to what then?
As knowledgeable as to uninformed? I don't know. Ignorant.
Yeah.
Justin.
Hey, I have a question for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
Right.
I had a disc fusion about 4 years ago.
Is that a back thing?
Yeah, for back pain. And since then, they've had me on 12 Norco a day, and I haven't gotten any back pain relief. And they say I need either another surgery or to up my medication. And what I want to do is get off the medication.
That's very smart. Your back pain will magically go away, or at least will get tolerable.
And I'm looking at the different ways to do that because I've been on it for such a long time. I'm afraid of just going through the regular rehab, and I'm looking at rapid detox. And I was just wondering what you knew about that compared to traditional rehab.
There really is no reason for it except for methadone, because methadone can be a very, very tough detox sometimes. And the detox from Norco will take about 5 to 7 days. It will not be a big deal. It'll be sort of uncomfortable, miserable, but in proper hands, it should be quite tolerable.
What's Norco like?
It's Vicodin opiates. And it's ridiculous to spend all that money on rapid detox. It is a total waste of money. You should, in case, in fact, you are an addict, which I don't know whether you are or not, that money should be spent on your treatment and not on your detox.
Yeah, like buying coffee and cigarettes out front of the church.
That's right. What's that?
I don't abuse it, but I know that I'm physically dependent on it because I've
But you may also, I understand you're dependent, you may also be an addict, and that money would be much better spent elsewhere than on rapid detox.
Drew.
Yeah.
Question. I hate when people do that, by the way. Like, you don't have to say question. It's like farting and going, fart. It's like, yeah, we know. That's what happened. You're allowed to just ask your question. You have to announce it's a question, do you?
No.
But anyway, question.
No.
The Norco is Vicodin, is OxyContin. What is different about them? It's just the name? I mean, if I took them, would there be a different sensation?
No. Oh, no. It's the exact same chemical.
It
but
feels the same.
Exact same chemical.
Is it like aspirin, and you have different companies that produce aspirin, but it's still aspirin?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Maybe it's the same company with two different names, so it can corner the market.
For one difference.
Or even three.
There is one difference. Is that these different companies make different doses than some of the other ones. Some make 7.5 and 10 milligrams.
So if someone says they're strung out on Norco, is that better than Vicodin?
It's usually higher dose Vicodin, yeah. But what would you do if you had only access to Vicodin and you wanted a higher dose?
You would
take more Vicodin.
More Vicodin.
Right, which is what addicts do. That's what doesn't matter.
Right, but I thought Vicodin had a higher dose anyway. You're saying it's a lower dose than Norco.
Some of the Norcos.
All right. We'll take ourselves a...
I think I got addicted to Vicodin or one of those things once because I got my wisdom teeth out last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I started... all of a sudden when you have pain like that, there's all these people you didn't know have pills.
Yes.
And I was at the beach.
Everyone's got Vicodin now, by the way.
And I was at the beach, and just so happened, like, a friend of a friend was she worked at the pharmacy or something, and she's like, here, which one do you want? She had, like, a whole layout in her car, and I was dying, so I just, for about 2 weeks, I couldn't get off pills, and then I started kind of tripping out.
Well, pills are easy to get going with. I mean, you pop a Vicodin, you feel pretty good. You're supposed to pop one every day for 6 or 7 days, and then the 8th or 9th day, you go looking around for one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have gotten into trouble with pills lately. Aren't sort of people who would normally have trouble. I mean, minus the pills, may not have found heroin, booze, or
absolutely.
Whatever.
Pill is one of the most common addictions we see right now. But again, you could say the same thing of alcohol. Well, they were using it responsibly, and all of a sudden it got out of control. Well,
yeah, but see, that's the whole thing. Like I've ran into a lot of people who drank since high school, but it never really spun out with it, and never really had any trouble with it. But then they discovered Vicodin after the wisdom tooth at age 35.
And pow.
In POW, it's game on.
That's because the alcohol is a very slow progression. The benzos and the opiates, very rapid. Boom. Happens, POW.
Well, so you're saying eventually they might have had trouble with alcohol.
They would definitely have had trouble with the alcohol.
Yeah, but not even really. The people
They would have.
I don't know. But you're saying that they would have, or they wouldn't have had trouble with the Vicodin?
They would have had a very high probability, or they would not have had trouble with the Vicodin. Exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
You couldn't just be into that Vicodin.
It doesn't really happen.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you've had momentum with it, and yet kind of got away.
Well, you mean like sleeping pills?
Yeah. Or Vicodin.
Yeah, well, they run out of them.
Yeah, well, whatever.
I can't score again because Drew's like, he doesn't give me the refill on it. So I got to go down to the park and make an ass of myself. So people know me.
You're just asking around.
It's true. I do that. I'll do that with the sleeping pill. I'll have them. I'll eat one every night, and then I'll run out of them, and then I don't get back into them until I get them again, which is like, sometimes up to 4 hours after the last one. Kelly Slater is our guest tonight. He is, but yeah, I feel like I could get going with that. Okay, let's see what we can do.
Mental note.
During the break, what do you got in the car?
One of my counselors.
Oh, and they're holding, or? Okay. Kelly Slater, our guest, pro surfer. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. What is this?
Who is this? Yeah.
Jurassic 5, isn't it?
Is it?
Is that?
Jurassic 5.
You know why I know that? Because they played a concert in San Diego with a friend of mine, Jack Johnson.
And did you go?
Yeah, I went. Jack played first, and then they played, and Jack got to introduce him on stage, and he was all excited about it.
Jurassic 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I knew that, but Drew didn't. Drew's not hip. He doesn't know what's going on.
No,
Biatch!
I do not.
Kelly Slater, pro surfer, is in here tonight. That is the name of his video game as well. Kevin?
Yeah.
You're 36?
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey, good. First time caller, long time listener.
Great.
Hey, Dr. Drew, you said something earlier about on the anal sex question from the girl about the anal muscle, the rectum actually drops outside the body.
Right.
There's a movie. It's actually a porno, so Adam might know it. That actually has a girl in there. Her name is Mila.
Yeah.
And it actually shows something like this.
Yeah.
I saw it and went, what the heck is that?
Oh, that's her thing,
Yeah. That's.
Huh. Okay.
Right.
You guys have actually seen this movie before.
Well, it's some people wear their heart on their sleeve, and Mila wears her rectum on her underpants.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that and went, what is that? It looks like a train wreck.
I mean, that's what apparently what the box cover said. I didn't actually see
I fortunately have never seen what he's talking about.
I have not either, and I thank you for calling, Kevin. And it does bring this point up, which is there's a lot of people that are into the novelty side of sex, which I am not into at all. I mean, here's the thing. There you go. I don't want to see anyone getting crapped on. I don't want to see anyone's rectum falling out.
About that, because I actually know
unless they're using one of my extruders.
I know a guy who apparently enjoys that from his girlfriend, and it's like,
how does he defend? What does he say about it?
She leaves her fecal remnants on the glass table, and he's underneath it or whatever.
Really?
Is this somebody you hang with?
Huh?
Somebody you hang
No, it's not someone I hang with. It's somebody. I heard this from a friend of a friend, but he was sort of like a very popular surfer.
The glass coffee table thing is one you hear about.
Yeah.
Well, I actually heard it went beyond that too, where there was no table in the way either.
Good
so, what's going on with that, Drew?
I don't understand that. Corporophagia, it's called.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Bad times. When you live in North Hollywood, we just call that bad times.
Yeah, bad times.
I was staying at my friend Pat's house last night. Pat O'Connell, a fellow pro surfer. Anyways, he had these kids always come over to his house, and they came running up the stairs last night, and he had dog crap all over their hands, and it was a really strange thing. And Pat goes, "Oh, they just wanted to meet you, Kelly." And I was like, "Wait, that's how people learn to possibly meet me?" He goes, "Oh, they wanted some excuse to come up here and say hi." So these kids, 2 different kids, walked up with dog crap all over their hands,
saying we need to use
to use the sink to rub it. But there was a hose outside, and Pat's like, "Tell them to go outside. What are you doing?"
But that's, you've arrived when kids are rubbing dog goo on you.
I mean, I think I really realized I've made it today.
Oh, no.
Yesterday.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
True. That in your wildest fantasies, no one would rub fecal matter in their hands and come up with
I
this
remember the
big
first
deal.
time that happened to me, though, and I was...
You never got over it.
No.
You were in the airport in Atlanta, I believe.
Denver.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, well, so my point is anybody who's into this weird stuff from a porno standpoint, I don't trust them. And I, as a matter of fact, I don't want to see it because it's damaging to my penis. Well, you know, I mean, what it can hurt.
Yeah, it's not good for us. Right. It's like looking at...
Yeah, I don't want to know that the women have names. Nicole?
Yes?
You're 18?
Yeah.
What's up?
This is, I don't know. I had a boyfriend a year ago, and we broke up a year ago.
Yes.
And we went out for a year. And since we broke up, I have not had a date. Guys don't approach me, and I don't understand what it is.
How long ago did you break up?
A year ago.
A year ago. You dated for a year, and you've been broken up for a year.
Yeah.
Do you go to school?
It's because she lives in Chino.
Yeah, do you go to school?
Yeah, I go to Chapey College in Rancho. I know you guys hate the 909 area code, but that's where I live.
I didn't even know what it was.
No.
No, I don't know what that is either.
Chino?
No, but I don't know the 909 area code, but that's Chino. But
Whatever.
I'm not hip to the 909 hate yet.
What college you go to?
Chapey?
Chasey.
Yeah.
A junior college.
Is that junior college?
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's all right. You're a chick. That's fine.
But,
You can
like,
get married.
seriously, like, guys will not approach me.
Maybe she's really hot and guys are intimidated by her.
My mom tells me I'm pretty. All my friends. I have one of my friends here right now. She wants to talk to you guys.
You're fat.
She says that I'm pretty.
All right. Listen, that I'm too hot and guys are
Was that a
intimidated.
fake call?
Maybe.
No.
There may have been a punch.
Was that our first?
Coming.
No.
Dude.
I don't think that. Listen, that I'm too hot argument is a horrible argument.
Doesn't exist.
No, it's like saying I couldn't sell my Porsche because it was too cheap.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't work.
The marketplace is completely efficient.
It would work. It works on girls. If a guy is completely hot, it might work.
Yeah.
It might
car's
work.
too cheap. Here goes another Carolla.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Kelly, finally someone in here can appreciate some smarts. Yes, true?
Knowledgeable.
Well, y'all, that is the show. I want to thank Kelly Slater for coming out here tonight and always being a delight. Always good to see Kelly. And want to give the plug to Kelly Slater, Pro Skater.
Well, you picked up this piece of paper here. I thought you were
sorry.
gonna
Can you also plug the Pro Surfer?
Yeah, Pro Surfer.
Not this
Skater
part.
just rhymed with Slater, so it worked out. Oh, yeah, I also want to give a plug to the Turd Twister. Get the turdtwister.com or something like that.
Thanks for introducing me to that, you guys.
Yeah, well, I thought I made it up, so I'm devastated right now.
You keep that. That's a paper on who should have the Turd Twister.
Good times.
What other inventions do I think I laid claim to? And
They're already
actually already exist.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? All right, so anyway, Kelly Slater, Pro Surfer. But it's too bad you don't skate because Kelly Slater, Pro Skater.
Rolls off the tongue just
really
easily.
rolls.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. Maybe you should change your last name to like Herfer.
Well, I might just switch with Tony. We'll just switch names on the games and.
Yeah, but see, that doesn't work now.
Yeah.
No, you just switch names.
Yeah, I'll take
Skater.
I'll take Pro Skater and we'll just switch sales and everything.
All right, why not?
His name is Kelly Slurfer.
Slurfer.
Yeah.
Pro Server. Well, we'll work it out.
Yeah.
We'll be back in about 22 hours. Some people wear their heart on
Loveline. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for Loveline is Ann Wilkins Ingold. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.